Hi, I'm Andrew Trendle. You're watching NME, and we're back with Aurora.
Hello. Oui.
Hey, Aurora, how's it going?
Hello. It's going well. It's been a long time since we spoke now. I'm missing our talks, but it's going very well. I'm enjoying the antisocial life.
But you're a big, you like being out among in nature. Are you still getting a lot of that, or are you very much just a creature of habit stuck indoors now?
Well, I do get some time outside. I'm very lucky because even now when I sit here talking to you, I can look at my favorite mountain just right there, and it's beautiful. And I was there 2 days ago, so I get to walk on the mountains quite a lot because they're so close. But yeah, I also stay a lot inside, and I paint a lot, and I eat. Yeah, I'm like an extremely good cook. I make very tasty, beautiful food that are good and bad for you, but I love the experience of good food, amazing food that just makes you wet in the mouth.
And they say that music is the food of the soul, and you're back with new music. You're back with the beautiful new single, Cure for Me.
Yes, it's quite a strange song. I think some people may really like it and some people may not. It took like 2 years before my team realized that this could be a single. So it's been lying there for quite a long time. It's kind of an old song. But yes, it's very exciting. It's a very fun little guy.
So it's got vibes of kind of self-empowerment and finding ways to kind of shut out the doubts. I mean, would you say that's fair? I mean, what would you say this song's kind of lyrically dealing with?
I kind of, like always, I got inspired by a really huge, dark, horrible thing that happens in the world. And I kind of, the first seed of inspiration came from thinking about the countries where it's still legal to do conversion therapy for gay people and lesbians. And I just thought, that's so pointless. And I kind of made, that's the first idea, that I don't need a cure for me. Just let me live, man. Why is it so difficult for people to just let people be themselves? But then I thought that it can mean also many things. It can mean, I don't need a cure for me, that people tend to believe quite quickly that something is wrong with them if they're either not like the person they see in front of them, if they're a bit different. We think that so quickly, and it's so sad that it doesn't take much for us to really doubt ourselves. And, just people fooling people into thinking they're crazy just because they're emotional, or because, you can go on and on about it. And it's a theme I'm very passionate about, but it's basically about that it's very easy to make people believe that something is wrong with them. And that's very sad.
Sonically, what can you tell us about kind of, is this kind of representative of what you're exploring on the next record? Is this a sign of what's to come?
No. It's very not how the album sounds, which is very exciting. But it has something in common with the album, that I am experimenting new things and new sides, which I'm enjoying, because it's easy for me to make a really Aurora album, like that feels like nature and Mother Earth. It's very easy for me to do that because it comes so naturally for me. So I've been really enjoying just doing something new this time, doing something different, because this is my 3.5 album and it's about time, in my mind, I needed to just play around and do something different. And for me, music has always been extremely serious and no fun. It's been very serious, and I always write about really serious things, and I can see myself like standing on stage every night for an hour and being like really sad all the time, because all my songs are so filled with so much sadness, and of course, but I just wanted to make an album for myself that had a bit more playfulness and cheekiness and wildness. So it's very exciting. I'm very excited to share the album with you. It will come out this year.
So it's not going to be all doom and gloom and COVID and horror.
No, less doom and gloom and COVID and horror, and more play and fun. And it's quite sensual actually, and quite strange. And also it's it's very much about the dark and the light and the absurd combination between the two. And it's very inspired by history and also religion. I have some very burning questions about a lot of topics, but I don't, of course, claim that I have any answers. So the album is just filled with a lot of questions and no answers. But it has a very nice vibe, and it feels very me still. So I'm very happy about it.
So the last time we spoke was when The Secret Garden came out, and we talked about how COVID had kind of forced people inside and to ask a lot of questions, and that led to kind of the Black Lives Matter movement being more profound than it would have been at any other time. But would you say that this record has kind of taken all those issues and kind of injected some hope into things?
Yes, kind of. It's hard for me to not write anything political, or you know, because it's there all the time, and it's hard to not be affected by the world around you. And also, it's very easy to write political, and it's easy to write about things that bother you in the world. You know, I find writing emotional is much harder for the brain and the heart. So I write a lot of, you know, I have very clear opinions of things, and I definitely feel like in many ways this album is representing a lot of the things that bothers me with our society and our history, most importantly. But these topics are kind of being attacked in a way that has, in a not so serious way, you know? They're being attacked by, can't you just let us live and play and love and be and exist? You know, it's kind of demanding very little, if that makes sense.
Runaway has been soaring up the charts all over the globe thanks to some TikTok success, and then just people just kind of a lot of people discovering it for the first time. I mean, how does it feel to have a 5-year-old track kind of dominating the charts in a way like this and capturing people's imaginations for the first time?
Dominating. Well, I don't know. It's very hard for me. I don't see the meaning in numbers. I don't have the possibility to understand what they mean in the terms of like success, and like I don't get the rush out of them, sadly, because I wish I did. Because when I look at the people that do get a rush, it looks very fun for them. But I don't feel anything like there. I don't feel anything. So it's a very hard question for me to answer without seeming ungrateful, because I am very honored, most of all, that people have let Runaway into their hearts. And it's clear that in the countries that they are going through a lot right now with COVID, and, you know, the world is just going through so much all the time. But it's clear that in the countries they kind of needed a song like Runaway. The song is doing good, which is very touching. It feels like a good... I'm very happy that a Runaway can be a friend to those who need a friend. Because Runaway has been a friend for me in all these years, since when I wrote it when I was 11. So it is very magical to me. I've been very clear with everyone that I don't wish to be a really, really big star ever. I think it would make me unhappy, and it seems to make very many people unhappy when it just gets too much. So I'm very happy where I am now. You know, I can live off it and I can reach out to people, but it's not too much, it's perfect. But I'm very like, the music can take me wherever it wants to, but it has to be organically, and you can never push for something. But I think when the song just hits people in the right time, it's very random. And what do you call it? Coincidental. It's kind of like a happy accident, which I think is also the reason why Runaway is big now. It's just a coincidence. It just happened to work right now with people's minds. It is very fascinating, though, that the world just kind of agrees on choosing this we will like this, all of us now. It's very interesting. It's living its best life. It's like a teenager now, and it's just running around out there, touching people's hearts and being happy.
I recently watched your documentary once, and noticed that I wasn't aware of your dislike for Conqueror. So you must be quite relieved that it's not Conqueror that's kind of taken off around the globe.
It's very funny that you say so, because I have thought about this so often. And when I can't grasp that I should like be excited about it, I always think, but at least it's not Conqueror, because then I would probably have died of pure unhappiness. But I like the song more now. I haven't played it live for like 5 years, because I stopped after 2016, and I said I'm never going to play it again ever, because for me back then with the seriousness in the music, I was like, I can't write a song about love, stupid. But now I embrace the song a lot more, so when I start touring again, I will actually start playing it again, because it is very fun. But yeah, I needed like a 5-year-old break from the song.
But Aurora, thank you. Thank you so much for your time once again.
Thank you for your time.